I saw the job advertised online. There wasn't much information apart from that there was accommodation on site which I had to live in as part of the role. I applied, went for the interview, and they told me there'd be loads of opportunities to groom at shows, which sounded good. They offered me the job that evening over message and stated how much I'd be paid per week. I was a bit nervous to ask for a contract of employment at that point and naively trusted that they'd give it to me once I got there. I was really busy the first couple of weeks and I worked 9 days without a day off. The job was not what was sold to me in the interview. I started to get really anxious that I still didn't have a written contract. My boss would shout a lot, so I didn't want to say anything. It started to affect my sleep and I was already feeling exhausted. When I received my first month's pay, it didn't seem like enough money for the amount of hours I'd done. I didn't get a pay slip and it just appeared in my bank account. I brought this up to my employer and they told me that they were deducting £150 a week for my accommodation. And they didn't pay overtime, so I just needed to work until all the yard jobs were done. They also told me that as I was self-employed, I'd have to pay my own tax and national insurance. This concerned me because I thought I was an employee and it was their responsibility to pay me via PAYE. And what about my pension? The anxiety really began to creep up on me. I felt trapped. I reached out to British Grooms Association for advice and they helped me calculate what I should have been paid. They also told me that I was working under the wrong employment status and that this was called false self-employment. I started to feel really down at that point. 4 weeks before my mum's birthday, I asked if I could take some of my annual leave. My employer told me that as I was self-employed, I didn't have any, and that if I wanted to take any time off, then I wouldn't be paid. I broke down in tears. I went to my GP and she diagnosed me with depression, prescribed medication and suggested that I reduced my working hours. My employers weren't sympathetic. They told me that I needed to work the hours they set, and if I didn't understand that, then maybe I didn't belong in the industry at all. I decided to leave. I'm here at my new job. The difference it's made to my mental health is huge. Before I started the role, I was given a written contract of employment where the terms of my job were laid out, even including the fact that overtime was paid for any extra hours that I might work. My new employer explained to me that they were a member of the Equestrian Employers Association and they'd used their website to create my contract and a staff handbook. This made me feel less anxious from the outset. No awkward conversations or sleepless nights worrying about if I was being employed correctly. I'm always paid on time, receive a pay slip, and there's even an annual salary review, depending on my performance. I can't tell you how much better I feel in this job. This has really helped my mental health and I'm off my medication. My advice to anyone would be to only work for employers who believe in good employment and don't work for those who don't.